And there'll be a lot of things that we'll be covering over, I hope, many years of some of the adventures and things that we've had in our lives. I've been a missionary over in Jamaica, and before that worked with a lot of the top stars in the country and played music for a living and traveled with the band and just had a lot of things going on. But I was thinking this morning, what in the world could I say to you today? But you know, we're all a lot alike. We're all looking for three things: love, joy, and peace. And this is what we're all searching for. We all go different ways looking for it. And got the little ship out here because how many times have I thought, boy, it'd be nice to get on a big old schooner like that and just go to some island and just get away from the whole world and just relax, and I'd find some peace. And I found out that don't work. I've tried a lot of things. I thought, well, if I had money, I'd have peace. And back when I was in the 20s, wife and I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, and they had a show that had been on for about 20 years called the Midwestern Hayride. We got there on a Saturday, and that show was on Saturday night. And I tuned it in, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go down there and get that guy's job because I can play steel better than him. And Monday morning, I took my instrument, my amp, and walked in the big old WLW studios and tried out. And you know, I got the job. Following Saturday, I was on the hayride. And right after that, it went nationwide. And I built me a brand new home, and I bought a big red Cadillac convertible and got custom tailored suits and wore diamond rings. I just had it made. I was 23 years old. But nothing lasts forever. And about 3 years later, well, they made some changes, and I was one of them. And I lost that big Cadillac, and I lost that big new home, and got rid of my diamond rings and all that, and I went back to playing in nightclubs and things. So the things of this earth are not dependable. You can't depend on governments, jobs, nothing else anymore. Can't even depend on your insurance companies. So what's people really looking for? I always knew something was lacking. I was on the hayride. I was hanging around with the biggest stars out of Nashville and just living it up. And I'd sit there and put the top down on my convertible and get going with that air conditioning on and smoking a big cigar. And the people would come up and ask for autographs, and I wouldn't even talk to them. I was too good. But the Cadillac didn't bring me any peace. People asking for autographs didn't bring me any peace. I knew there was something wrong. I was still looking for that ship to take me away, to give me peace. And I found out the peace has to come from inside. You can't buy it. You can't rent it. There's no way that anything on this earth will bring you any actual peace. And I had tons of friends when I was on the hayride. Oh, we had people calling and coming over all the time. We were just so popular. And the first week I went off the hayride, never saw one of them again. So I was renting some friends. You can't do that either. So in this life I found out something. That love, joy, and peace are in the Word of God. And when you get Jesus Christ, you ask Him to come in and dwell in you. That love, joy, and peace is an automatic, free gift. I didn't have to get famous. I didn't have to have money. I didn't have to worry and plan and scheme and dream about that ship. to get love, joy, and peace. I found love, joy, and peace. And it beats riches, and it beats fame, and it beats anything else you can ever have. To find the true Word of God, to have God dwell in you, and have peace inside where you can walk around with a smile on your face and find what you're really looking for. And we just have a little short segment like this on our website, and I hope you tell a friend about it. And we'll have something new on every week about a different thing. But it helps to get you through this life. And we thank you very much for tuning in.